training camp, some preseason games under your belt. What do you feel you've learned the most over this past week and a half?
Yeah, I think just learning from the older guys and asking questions, asking the coaching staff questions, just trying to learn the systems as fast as possible so that when the preseason games come along, I'm able to adjust, able to play my game, and just be able to not think out there and just play hockey.
What's the level of intensity that you're seeing in these practices alone, sometimes 1.5, 2 hours working with this full group at full pace?
Yeah, I love it. That's kind of my game. That's kind of just the practice I like, the compete, the battling, the intensity, the dedication that everyone has in practice. It shows, and this group competes really hard, so I like it.
You've been with this Group A and on some preseason rosters with some good players. What do you feel that you're developing chemistry-wise with some of these older guys that you mentioned?
Yeah, I think just kind of learn their tendencies, how they play. If they're hard on the forecheck, they're more skilled, more like that. So, just trying to learn, just try to watch them in practice so that when the games come along, I'm able to adjust to their play styles, to where they like to be, and
Off the ice, who are some of the veterans that maybe have helped you out or given you advice about what it takes to be a pro?
Yeah, I think since day one, even from last year, Carconi's someone that always helped me in the gym, always helped me on the ice, and he's been a huge help for me, and I give him lots of props, so yeah.
Training camp, what are your first impressions of the intensity, the competition, everything at training camp so far?
Oh yeah, it's been good so far. Lots of battles, like intensity practices, hour and a half. I think it's good to get ready for our season. And we have some preseason games as well with intensity, hits, battles, powerful play, and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's good to compete with each other and get better every day.
What have you learned so far from the coaches and other veteran players about what you can do to make this team and play NHL games?
I think it's small details. There are a lot of small details. I have learned. I am trying to improve on the ice and off the ice. It's small prompts from coaches and as you said, veteran guys. Just they help me to get better. So, yeah, thank you for that.
Which veteran players have you enjoyed playing with, and which veteran players have helped you the most off the ice?
I was playing first game with John Marino, so I would say he helped me a lot with playing first game, playing with him. And off the ice, I don't know, I would say everyone, Kels, Krauser, these guys, the leadership group, and they helped me a lot as well.
And what else do you want to show about your game in the remainder of preseason and training camp?
Can you repeat
What do
it?
you want to show the coaches about who you are?
Oh yeah. First of all, I just want to play my game. I don't know, with the puck offensively and without the puck, being smart D and kill the plays, stuff like that. So pretty much the same as everyone.
Good practice. Injury front, you saw Aids on the ice. He looks good. As far as I know, he's good. So we'll talk to Z a little bit later. Hobie did the skill, had a good skate. He had a little bit of contact the other day with Kyle, but he should be in contact soon. So it's coming really quickly, and nothing else is new.
When it comes to preseason, we've discussed as a group here that these are ways to evaluate players and how players are also as a whole picking up the systems.
Yeah.
What are some of those themes that you saw in those first 3 preseason games that you guys are going to work on this week in practices and even in the game tomorrow?
It's to eliminate the pause in our game. We want to have a little bit more pace. I think there's a lot of thinking. We knew that. We built it that way. We told you before, so there's no surprise. There's nothing we were not expecting, but now we need to push it a little bit, which I don't know how much is realistic for tomorrow after one practice, but I think after tomorrow, I think after tomorrow is the first phase of the camp. Tomorrow is the last day of the first phase of the camp. Then after we go with 4 good practice, and then we go with a few games. So that will be a little bit the last 3 games. So I think from there we'll see more cohesion, a little bit more flow in our game, a little bit more what it looks like.
I'm wondering about the leadership of Keller and Sergachev and Kraus and these guys. Have you seen anything differently on that front this year so far than last year in terms of taking that next step as leaders or anything?
Well, what's the next step?
That's a good question.
No, I don't see anything different. I think they were elite last year. I said it. I said Cal's did a really good job. We were impressed by his leader as a first-year captain. The maturity he showed and the composure in critical moment for him. You know, often you have those offensive players, first time they wear the seats, a little bit of pressure, the production can suffer and stuff like that. But Cal's had a really good year offensively and defensively last year. He really improved on a few things we talk about, and I like the way he conduct himself. I think Sergei brought a lot. It's well documented. We talk a lot about his leadership, what he did in the past, et cetera, et cetera. I think Lawson Krause always been a really good leader. It's one of his strengths. I think this year he has a level of maturity and desire in practice so far, and in game he played where it pushed his performance, but as a leader, never had anything to declare about Crosser. So I don't know how they will do better. They are what they are, and they're really good at it. And I don't feel they need to. You always need to grow. Always need to be better. But for me, it's not to reach a level that will be acceptable. They're already there. So now they need to keep getting better because you want to be the best in the world at what you're doing. But they're good.
We talked to Schmaltz a bit about the team trying to score some more goals in these next few games. He said he likes the chances you guys are getting, but just need to finish those chances. Yep. Do you feel similarly?
Yeah, I feel similar. I think there's a lot of work we do on getting in sync, having good flow together and stuff like that. But that takes a little bit of time. And like we told you last week, we went extremely fast in the system. It's a lot to take especially for the new guys. You think of Tanev, JJ. All our guys in the AHL, the guy like Iggy or Beaudoin, those guys, hey, it's a lot. You throw at them the playbook, and good luck. You're playing 2 games in 2 nights and stuff like that. So there's nothing we were not expected. And the truth is we were playing 3 games, so you spread your veteran in 3. So as well, that has an impact. But I think moving forward, we'll have a lineup will be different, and we expect different result.
Collectively, what are you seeing from some of the younger guys like Beaudoin and Iginla, Boot, Simishev, and then as well guys like Yamamoto who are pushing for the potential of making the team? Yeah,
what I see of all of them individually or as a group, because individually I think need to go one by one. I think Boat is he is an energy player who is really receptive to coaching on his positioning defensively and stuff like that. He needs to keep going in that way. I think he needs to know who he is and what he does, and he knows. So I'm happy about that. Higgy has been, didn't play for 9 months. Arrive and let's go with NHL. So we needed to give him a little bit of time to get his leg under himself. But if I look at his positioning last game versus, example, rookie tournament, it's getting better every day. I think it's a lot of information for him, but he's doing a good job. He's a good, has some hockey in his family or something. They feel like he knows a little bit about the game, so that's pretty good. And who's the other guy you talk about? Sima's. Sima has a really good level of maturity. I like his focus. I like the way he prepped for his game and the way he played. He had a good consistency. Obviously, unbelievable skater. So look forward to see him even more moving forward.
André, I know obviously you're a big culture guy and setting the culture and all that. We've seen a lot of battle drills. By design.
Yeah, by design. I think at this point, like I said, I always like to have a lot of battle in practice. Sorry. And a fun story on that. Last year when I always consider we have a lot of battle drill in our practice and stuff. And last year at the end of a season, I questionnaire the player on the review and what you will want to have more in practice, more battle, more smarter every game. So they made me really happy. They will be served, no doubt about that. So the player are competitive. They won those battles. You want to compete against your brother, and you want to beat him, and you want to chirp him because that's fun. So I think you could see today the level of competitiveness raised during the practice, and they were more and more compete. So we need to get in that groove.
Andre, when you're in these exhibition games, you try to kind of deliberately match sometimes a prospect line against an NHL line just to kind of see how they respond?
Yeah, exactly. And end of the period, D zone face off, way more than you do in the regular season. But to give tough assignment, and some guys sometimes just throw him in the pool, see if he can swim a little bit. So, that's what you want, and that's one thing Bill and I talk. We wanted in the training camp this year. We didn't want to try more things than we did in the past. We've been successful in our start, but we would like to have a little bit more test during the camp. A different guy playing in different role and stuff like that. So that is one way to do it, giving them some responsibility. Example, last game would have been easy to throw Stanny on every big face-off and every D-zone face-off. That's easy. That's what I will do when we will arrive in Denver. And at this point, try to here we need a spark. Try to put an energy line who's not really our regular guys and see if they can give us that kind of a spark. If you want a little bit of a toughness, or if you need a little bit of an important shift at the end of the period or defensively, try other guys, see what they can do.
Going back to Matt's question with the intensity and kind of that fire, what does it tell you when you see guys like Smith and Lamoureux going at it there after the drill?
They want it. Did you have a brother or sister? Did you ever fight with him? Oh, you don't like her or him? Oh, you like him? Huh? Well, that's the way it is. Yeah. Everybody can beat you, will always hurt you, but when your brother beat you, oh my God, that hurt. That hurt.
What do you prioritize in terms of what you try to look at or take away in these preseason games?
There's three things in preseason. There's the player evaluation. That is up to each of you to do what you have to do to prove yourself. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just an individual take. And then there's two takes as a team. There's the progression. There's, how do we play? Do we progress? Do we understand what we're trying to do system-wise, style of play, et cetera, et cetera? We do game review on that. And there's a last part where it's culture, how competitive we are, how tough we are, how resilient we are, how do we react in adversity and that kind of stuff. That's the part who can separate yourself. If you want to be a championship team, you need to have those intangibles. So I think there's three levels we always talk about. Okay, we talk player evaluation. Okay, that's done. How was the team? Okay. I think, example, in Anaheim, we were in pretty good spot structure-wise in a lot of clips. There was way easier for us to see, we see what we're trying to do. We were more structured, not detail, but we're structured. But to compete, that drive has to keep raising every day, and it's something our team has always been known for. You saw it in practice today. We need to keep building in that.